Why Guild Wars 2 expansions are better than World of Warcraft. My brother, that is quite a statement to make, but as a World of Warcraft player myself, I recently delved into the Guild Wars 2 rabbit hole. And oh boy, I was surprised. Every video that I reacted to had me blown away with new things I have never seen before. So I'm actually very interested in watching this guy video because apparently he's going to talk about the Heart of Thorn expansion, which I did not play because, as you know, I only played the core game, and also I really did not experience anything. You can barely call that playing. I only played for 2 months. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in watching this guy video and hear what he has to say.
I'm a 20-year World of Warcraft player, and I just finished the playthrough of Heart of Thorns.
Brother, why is the music 10 times louder than your voice? Jesus, man. I can barely hear anything. Okay, let's go through it.
I want to share my thoughts because it was one of the best gaming experiences I've literally ever had.
He's a seasoned WoW player too.
I'm blown away that an expansion that came out in 2015, I'm recording this in 2025. It is a decade-old expansion, and it is still relevant, incredible, and enjoyable.
Well, to be fair, it's kind of surprising to see WoW player from, anyone just being surprised that older content is better. I mean, right now, every single WoW player just plays Classic because retail is so garbage. And, I mean, it shouldn't surprise a WoW player that older content is actually kind of better. But in Guild Wars case, I do think he means that the content is still relevant because of the horizontal progression rather than vertical progression, where nothing matters once you progress through the expansion. And, it kind of sucks. It's just nature of the beast. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it. But it does kind of frustrating. It does frustrate you because, if you liked an old raid, you can't really do it anymore. You can do it for fun, but, it just when you take the loot out of it and the power scaling, it just kind of it's not as fun as it used to be, So there's that, and I do really get that point, for sure.
As a 20-year WoW player, unfortunately, all of the old expansions, they
are
don't
irrelevant.
matter.
Yep.
You really can't go back and play old expansions.
Nope.
You can maybe go to the zone, but the experience is completely different. You don't get to experience the storyline of it. It's dead because no one goes there anymore.
Yep.
And like my brain...
And Blizzard won't do a damn thing to fix that. They won't do an MSQ like Final Fantasy XIV. They won't do any I don't know, like they do time walking event. Who cares? Like, who cares? They won't do anything that would make old players go back and experience content. And also, they won't make new players experience the old content. They would literally make a new player choose between BFA or Shadowlands. It's like choosing between going to hell or, I don't know, my house, okay? Both things are insanely bad. You don't want to go there. It's a literal nightmare. So why would you make a new player choose between these two? It's so weird. And you have other choices. Who cares? They're all garbage. And it's all a minuscule version of the expansion too. It's not the entire expansion like Final Fantasy XIV. It's so weird that there are so many solutions that are available right now and other games are doing that, but Blizzard will never do so. Even though they have the resources, they will never invest in making a proper new player experience and also a system where older players are incentivized to go and help the new players, like the mentorship system from Final Fantasy XIV. And it just sucks, man. It just sucks.
Can't comprehend playing in a decade like old zone, and there are people everywhere, and meta events going on, and world bosses people are fighting in.
Yep.
And like I can still progress my max level character in a decade old zone, and it still is rewarding and purposeful, and there's actually meaning. The story was beautifully told, the cutscenes, the visuals, the bosses, unbelievable, like so good. Like I just...
And the same exact thing can be said about World of Warcraft. I mean, Vanilla, TBC, Wrath, they were all great and the story was incredible, but you won't get to experience it as a new player. You just won't. And that's what frustrates me the most, because new players are missing on so much lore, and especially now. I mean, right now we are in the middle of a trilogy. We're on the second expansion. I don't know why I keep saying we like I'm playing, because why the hell would I do that to myself? Because I'm not playing retail. But you know, we at the middle of an expansion, right? And nobody knows what happened before. And I'm not talking like 2 expansion ago. I'm talking about the literal first expansion of the trilogy. Nobody understands what went on. It's crazy. If you decide to play WoW right now, you would have not a damn clue about what's going on. It's so crazy. There's like this weird recap system. I recently made a video reacting to it, and I lost my mind, but you know, it's just garbage. Nobody would understand what's going on. And when players lose connection to the story, they lose connection to the game, and they ended up leaving. That's pretty much, you know, at least from my experience.
My brain is still like in disbelief of how
I'm so happy Guild Wars
purposeful
2
it
player
all
are getting to experience
really
the story for sure.
feels. I got to give massive kudos to the art team and design team, because it has one of the most beautiful just verticality of any zone I've ever played in an MMO. So when you guys are doing Heart of Thorns, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but what I mean verticality is there's so many areas in the zone that you will have to like find a way to climb up and down. You will unlock what's called the glider. I have a cool skin for it, where it will make your traversing through the area so much more enjoyable. But it's not just a flat zone with maybe a few hills that you climb up. Like, in a lot of ways, the zone is a puzzle that you have to navigate how to get up and down.
And that's exactly what Blizzard is missing. Blizzard, I will give them credit, build one of the gorgeous looking zones I've ever seen in my life. They do have the most beautiful locations I've seen in an MMORPG. You gotta give them credit for that. But in terms of verticality, they are just, they're okay. They're not bad. They're not terrible, okay? But they're not really good either. You're not having fun traversing in World of Warcraft. You just kind of do it because you need to get from point A to B. And that's pretty much it. But Guild Wars actually ups the playing field, and they make traversing fun experience. So that's where I think Guild Wars 2 kind of shines, because of all of the mounts. You have like the glides, the mounts, the achievements that are tied to them. I wonder if it's going to talk about that, because I have heard there are some achievements that are tied to gliding that makes your gliding way better. But yeah, I mean, it's just a fantastic way to make sure the players are invested in the game, and they also have fun doing so. So, I just wish Blizzard would do that. But I say it in every single video. I kind of get tired of it at this point.
And some of it, I'll be honest, when you first start Heart of Thorns, when I did, I was a little frustrated. Before I really locked in, paid attention. Again, I'm a streamer, so I'm also like, you know, reading chat and not fully paying attention. So some of that's on me.
The cardinal
Most
sin
people
of not
probably
paying
won't have
attention.
the same issue that I did. But like, at first, it was a little frustrating figuring out like, how do I get up there? Where do I go? And again, you can just go to a later expansion now that it's 10 years later, get a flying mount and skip all of it. But I wanted to get as close as I could to
I don't think I would do that. If I ever play this expansion again, if I play the game again and I play this expansion, I wouldn't do that. I always love to experience things as they were meant to be experienced. That's why, you know, whenever I play like a game with DLCs that you can skip and like do the DLC, come back to the main game, I always do it at the right order. I never do it in like, you know, weird way that would obscure my gameplay, because I want to experience it as players initially have or had. But you know, that's just me. I just have the most fun like this. Even if I'm intentionally crippling myself, that's the way I enjoy gaming.
An authentic experience. And after I kind of got through the initial pain point of figuring out how to get up and down, it became a really incredibly unique zone I've never played in an MMO. Getting the glider was a great feature of the expansion. And when you're progressing through Heart of Thorns, you're not just progressing through the story. The devs really did a great job of making it so that you're really progressing through the whole experience. And what I mean by that is, you're progressing through the zone. You unlock further parts into the zone by completing the story. So you're getting even more areas the further in the story you get. But
That's
you're unlocking features. You're unlocking features of being able to jump off of the mushrooms by unlocking more of the different masteries that are unique to the zone.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, that's great. I didn't know there was some like mushroom bouncing. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But it's a language training. What? What all of this? Blazing speed mushroom. Okay, that sounds kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually cool. I have absolutely no idea what any of this means, but hey, I mean, sure, why not?
You are improving your gliding. You are, unlocking these really cool rifts that kind of launch you up further into the air. So, like,
Updraft used. Wait, so you couldn't even use Updraft before Heart of Thorns expansion? Oh, that's dope. Dude, you see, this is exactly how things should be done inside of an MMO. You should explore and you should progress and advance your character. That's how you make stuff good. Blizzard would never do that. They would just make a quick tutorial and it's like, okay, now you can use it. That's pretty much how they would implement that. Or they would just straight up put this thing in a game and you can just use it. They would never make it interesting and attainable and achievable. It's so weird. I mean, oh man, I'm just saying it all the time. I sound like a broken record. I really wish Blizzard would implement at least half of the things that Guild Wars 2 offers.
Like, your character is getting better, and then traversing through the Heart of Thorns zone becomes easier and more enjoyable the more that you play the game and put time in. And like, but it's not just progression through the story. It's through the dynamic events. It's through the world bosses.
Yep.
Like, I was literally running around with people in our community and on stream, by the way. If you're looking for a positive Guild Wars 2 community, link in the description below. Come and join XP Gaming. We have...
To be fair, not to give you guys a glazing session, but I genuinely had a positive interaction with every single Guild Wars 2 player that I've encountered. That is insane thing to say, coming from World of Warcraft background, where it was almost the exact opposite, even though the best people I've ever met were in World of Warcraft, and I had some insane RP session, because I do love light RPing from time to time, not like the cringe, weird Goldshire thing RP, but just, generally having a giggle and having like moments of, just cracking some jokes. I'm not gonna say which type of jokes, because I'm not looking to get banned, but, jokes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, we had the best time in WoW, but I also had the worst. And with Guild Wars 2 players, especially recently, once I started to make reaction videos about this game and discover more and more stuff, man, every one of you guys in the comments have explained to me so many new things, and it was just genuinely an amazing experience. So thank you guys so much for that. Like, genuinely. Thank you.
Just launched our community. We've had
truly
70 plus people
incredible.
showing events.
I love reading your comments.
Every night. It's a place where you can level up in both Guild Wars.
To be honest, I'm looking for it every single day. I just look for it.
It's hosted
really
by
great
Church
experience.
for Gamers, and so if you're looking for...
And by the way, I'm not saying this guy so you guys would like and sub to the channel. Like, don't. If you don't like my videos, I'm literally telling you this dead in the face. Do not subscribe to this channel if you don't watch my videos. Like, straight up, okay? That's pretty much it. I don't want to sound like I'm begging for subs. It's cringe. I hate that.
A place to explore faith, discover God's great love for you, discover who Jesus is while playing Guild Wars. You can do that. However, even if you don't believe in God, but you're just looking for a positive place to make friends, I promise you, it is your decision to follow Jesus.
Wait, you play an MMO to make friends? Wait, MMO actually stands for Massive Multiplayer Online? What?
Or not, and we won't force that on you.
Don't tell this to Blizzard.
God, we can just play Guild Wars 2 together, and you're more than welcome to come be a part.
That's crazy.
But you're progressing your entire account while just playing with your friends, doing hero points, dynamic events, and you're experiencing the zone in a more enjoyable way. You're enjoying the beauty of the amazing graphics. You're progressing, again, unlocking a new elite specialization, which I did when I finally got Firebrand, which is, unbelievable.
He's playing a Guardian, right?
And it really was a whole experience. And I'm not even done.
I want to play
Guardian storyline, but I still got plenty more masteries to complete, plenty more things to unlock, so much more to do. I'll be playing this 10-year-old expansion for probably months, maybe even little by little over years.
And the good point is that you do not have to rush it. You can play at your own leisure and your own pace, and you'll do just fine. That's, I think, the beauty of Guild Wars 2. You can play at your own pace, and you will have a great time. I mean, that is something that horizontal progressions offer that vertical progression don't. And I do appreciate that, even though I still, and I know that you guys hate me for saying it, I still love vertical progression way better, just because I'm that type of guy. It is what it is. But I do really appreciate like this stuff about horizontal progression. You can like something better, but you can also appreciate the complete opposite end, like without any interruption, right? It's not a war. It's just preference. That's pretty much it.
I haven't even done all the meta bosses yet, which are unbelievable in this game. Like it's more than just a new zone. It's a whole experience that, like in World of Warcraft, a new expansion comes out, and I really am exploring.
By the way, he's not going to talk about it because this is like spoiler free. I have a question. Is the story for the Heart of Thorns expansion good? And don't tell me anything specific. I might want to play this game for myself. So, like, don't tell me anything specific. Just tell me yes or no. Is the story good? That's all I want to hear.
For the first couple days or a week, and then I'm kind of done. I'll be experiencing this, like I said, for months or maybe weeks. And I was able to get it on a Black Friday sale, this expansion and Path of Fire for $12 and no.
Well, to be fair, World of Warcraft story used to be good and exactly, I mean, enjoyable just as much as Guild War 2 is. But the problem is Blizzard abandoned the story. That's the real problem here. And I mean, what can you really do, right? And, you know, if the story is bad, players are going to quit. That's pretty much it.
Monthly subscription? So I could quit right now if
What?
I wanted, which I won't. This
can't
game
pay?
convinced me after 20 years of playing WoW to make it my new main game on my stream and content.
No.
But if I wanted to, I could quit right now, or me and my wife have a brand new baby and life gets busy. I need to take a break, and I can come back 6 months later.
Yeah.
And just pick up where I left off, and I've lost no progress.
Exactly.
And I'm not behind. It's just a better game philosophy for an MMORPG, and I highly.
Not really. I think still most players do love verticality. I genuinely believe that. And I usually try to like stay should I say unbiased, right? And just look at it from the other perspective. I do love verticality, and for a certain degree I do love horizontal progression as well. I still think that most players love verticality. The power scaling is power fantasy, and you really lack that in Guild War 2. At least when I played, that was kind of the reason why I quit. Because yes, all the content is relevant, but at the end of the day, you're really just looking to get more powerful. At least from my perspective. Like, don't hate on me, guys. This is just my personal belief. I can definitely be wrong about this, but I can also say that numbers don't lie. And World of Warcraft, whether you like it or not, is pulling way higher numbers than Guild Wars 2.
180, and overall, the Heart of Thorns was the best expansion of an MMO experience I've ever played as a whole product. It is absolutely incredible. And again, if you're looking for a positive environment, looking for a great place to play Guild Wars 2, click on the link in the description below. Join our XP Gaming Guild. Join the live streams. Would love to connect. Bring a positive environment. Make some friends. I cannot wait to start the Living World seasons. And next, Path of Fire to get all of the epic mounts. There's so much to look forward to. And I can't. I appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe. Join the live streams.
Imagine seeing someone being happy about playing an MMORPG. As a World of Warcraft player, I wouldn't know that feeling. I'm just sad. I'm playing and crying at the same time. I'm playing a 20-plus-year-old version of a game that I used to love because the current version sucks. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, great video. I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you guys can watch it for yourself. Give him a like and a sub if you haven't already. But I pretty much said all that I had to say. Man, I just wish Blizzard would implement some of the stuff that you guys have. I truly am jealous of you. This is so crazy. I wish we had that. I'm probably gonna come back to this game and try it one day. It's not going to be soon because I have so many things right now going on, especially with the new Path of Exile patch coming in soon, which, I kind of have to play because it's PoE. But yeah, I mean, maybe sometimes in the future. Regardless, make sure to let me know in the comments what you would like to see me react to next. I mean, I'm discovering so many new stuff. It's been incredible. My God.